Fourth time's the charm? Who knows? We should not jump to conclusions, but a multiverse in which the oldest family might be residing? Definitely yes. Especially since the confirmation of a Fantastic Four movie has come out about a year ago, and with the villain still unknown, we might be far off from the story the movie will be trying to tell. And until then, all we can do is speculate. After so many iterations and attempts at the first Marvel family, we are finally getting the Fantastic Four from Marvel Studios themselves, with them finally coming to the MCU and joining the others. And we think this is going to be it, not just because Marvel Studios are behind it, but because this fourth try for the franchise will have solved all the problems the previous movies had. Making the leap to live action has been tough on this Marvel family, starting with the infamous 90s attempt that almost never saw the light of day, with two more recent efforts also provoking largely negative fan reactions. This time around, the franchise will be in much safer hands, with Kevin Feige as the producer, who managed to do an incredible job with all of the projects so far regarding the MCU. With a few little missteps, but hey, no one is perfect, right? The Fantastic Four property has already been confirmed to be in the works, in active development, despite the details showing that the movie is far off. Nevertheless, with the project already in early development, we took the time to look through all the bits and pieces for you and tell you everything we know so far about the movie. It is not much, but it is the first look into the project as a whole, so we think it will only do well for you. And no, this movie will not be connected to the previous two movies, as many have been questioning the existence of the two, and how the two previous iterations of the Fantastic Four could play out moving forward. It is not happening, and we think it is much better that way, as the Richards family can start fresh, which is a good thing, but a lot tougher for all of us here to know how they will be introduced, especially since they are much older than many of the characters currently part of the MCU.
You opened a door you don't know how to close. You don't know anything about what's coming.
Sadly, there is no news about when the Fantastic Four movie might release, and the promotional teaser from Marvel celebrating their film slate indicates this even further, and us not seeing the movie for quite a while. The movie rattled some cages around the globe, but we think it is still too early to become a huge deal, something along the lines of how Spider-Man No Way Home managed to do so. The presentational teaser Fantastic Four came dead last on the development list, with it also being the only movie without a corresponding release date. The only thing given to us about when the movie might release is that it will follow sometime after the third installment of the Guardian of the Galaxies movie, a movie slated to release on May 5th, 2023. Thus, the earliest we can expect the movie to come out is autumn or winter of 2023. But we think it is very unlikely, as the year of 2024 seems to be the perfect place for one of Marvel's most famous families to make their debut. We should also mention that there is no official trailer or teaser of sorts, which is understandable, considering the state of the movie itself, with it being in early development. But we should be expecting something by the end of 2022 or early 2023. The cast for the movie is a long way off, especially since it has been announced that only now the writers of the movie are getting picked and put in place. However, this didn't stop the fans from speculating and expressing their desires as to who would they like to play their most beloved characters on the big screen. Two names that have came up repeatedly on the internet are real-life husband and wife duo John Krasinski and Emily Blunt, who have previously worked together on the horror franchise A Quiet Place, with the fans around the world putting them into the roles of Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, and Susan Richards, aka Invisible Woman, respectively. But as it stands right now, this will probably not be the case, since Emily Blunt has expressed her feelings about the rumors and denied them. Because, according to her, she is not even for the superhero genre as a whole, let alone she playing a superhero in the MCU. These are some bad news for all the fans who have been hoping to see Blunt in the MCU. Outside of the rumors, there is not much going around about the cast side of things, outside of the fact that Jon Watts will be the one to direct things of the upcoming Fantastic Four, a well-known name for all the Marvel fans, as he was the one who directed the entire Tom Holland Spider-Man trilogy. And see where it got him? So we expect some great things regarding the movie, but also the choice in cast members moving forward. There is almost nothing known as to what the story of the movie will be, which is kind of strange, but nothing new. especially since the movie will not be out in the next 2 years or so. And there are a lot of projects coming from Marvel Studios, which are all taking part in the MCU, with them possibly having some connections to the debut of the Fantastic Four. But we just can't stop there. We are free to speculate things as to which character will be the villain of the story, a detail which might tell us a lot about which direction the movie might take. The Fantastic Four probably has one of the greatest enemies in comic book history. We know that you all have Doctor Doom on your minds. Us as well. He is the chief nemesis of the family, which is also the first one we are going to mention here, as he might be the one to go on and become one of the most notorious villains in the entire MCU, even after the movie, meddling with many other MCU characters, just like he has already done in the comics. He is a fictional European monarch of a nation called Latveria, one who hides a scarred face behind a mask of metal and a green hood and cloak to go with all of it. One other thing that plays a big part in all of us wanting to see him can probably be due to the fact that he has appeared in several previous screen adaptations of the Fantastic Four comics. Outside of Victor Von Doom, yes, that is his real name, Disney has a plethora of antagonists to place in his position if they try to save Dr. Doom for something greater after the movie, including the likes of Super Skrull, Mole Man, Annihilus, Galactus, Molecule Man, and Namor to name a few. As to which other character we might see in the movie, the first one that comes to mind is Super Skrull, just because of the Secret War series coming to Disney by the end of 2022. Maybe there will be a connection between the two in the near future. But also Namor, who has been rumored to be making his debut in the MCU as part of the upcoming Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie. As for the others, we don't think they will play a huge deal among the audiences outside of Galactus, for whom we think it is still too early for us to see him on the big screen, outside of him being showcased as a huge storm over a planet in the last Fantastic Four movie, in a different shape we should say. On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, what are your thoughts on the franchise so far? It has had a tough run, but we think it is finally time to shine. What are your expectations on the villain side of things? But also, which are the actors you would like to see taking part as members of one of the oldest Marvel families out there? And also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you would like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.